Counting. After the mock poll, VVPAT paper slips not taken out by the presiding officer. Disclaimer. This training material is for use in training of election officials. It should not be referred as guideline of DCI. In case of any variance in this training material, the Commission guideline, rules, law shall prevail. Learning outcome. At the end of the session, the participants will be able to know about the steps to be followed at the time of counting. If after the mock poll, VVPAT paper slips were not taken out from the VVPAT drop box by the presiding officer. Before the start of the actual poll, a mock poll is to be done by the presiding officer. After the mock poll and showing the result of control unit to the agents. It is the duty of the presiding officer to remove or delete all mock poll data from the control unit and also to take out the VVPAT paper slips from the drop box. After this, control unit and VVPAT drop box shall be sealed. For some time, presiding officer forgets to clear the votes of the control unit or remove paper slips from the VVPAT drop box. In all such cases, the steps as described in the next slides shall be followed at the time of counting. In all the pre-identified polling stations where VVPAT paper slips pertaining to mock poll not removed fully or partially, the concerned control unit shall be kept aside during counting. That is, these polling stations will not be taken up for the counting during the regular round-wise counting of the control units. The table allocated to such polling stations shall be kept vacant during the relevant round of counting. The list of all pre-identified polling stations shall be shared with the contesting candidates before the commencement of the counting. In all such cases, the control unit shall be kept aside. That is, these polling stations will not be taken up for the counting during the regular round-wise counting of the control unit. The table allocated to such polling stations shall be kept vacant during that particular round. The exact details and reasons for such scenario shall be explained by the returning officer or the assistant returning officer to the contesting candidates or their election agents or the counting agents present in the counting hall. Now, what to do for state assembly elections? If the winning margin is more than the total votes polled in all such polling stations, if the winning margin is more than the total votes polled in all such polling stations, these identified polling stations will not be taken up for the counting and the result will be declared without these polling stations. If the winning margin is equal to or less than the total votes polled in these polling stations, if the winning margin is equal to or less than the total votes polled in these polling stations, in such case, only counting of the respective VVPAT paper slips will be done and the control unit shall be discarded for counting. That is, the control unit shall not be used for the counting of votes. The VVPAT slip count result of all such polling stations shall be added to the candidate-wise tally and the final result sheet shall be compiled. For Lok Sabha elections, if the winning margin is more than the total votes polled in all such polling stations of the assembly segments, if the winning margin is more than the total votes polled in all such polling stations of all the assembly segments, these polling stations will not be taken up for the counting and the result will be declared without these polling stations. If the winning margin is equal to or less than the total votes polled in these polling stations of all the assembly segments, if the winning margin is equal to or less than the total votes polled in these polling stations of all the assembly segments, in such case, only counting of the respective VVPAT paper slips will be done and the control unit shall be discarded for the counting purpose. The VVPAT slip count result of all such polling stations shall be added to the candidate-wise tally and the final result shall be compiled. So, if the mock poll slips not taken out by the presiding officer after the mock poll, then at the time of counting, control unit will be kept in RO's custody till the completion of all the rounds. If the winning margin is greater than the total votes polled in such polling stations, result will be declared without the counting in such polling stations. If the winning margin is less than or equal to the total votes polled in such polling stations, then counting of respective VVPAT paper slips will be done. In this educational video, we have learned about what to do at the time of counting if the VVPAT slips were not taken out after the mock poll. If you have any doubt or want any clarification, then you can contact through the mail as shown on the screen. For other videos on rules and regulations, you can visit the web address as shown. Thank you.